Imagine a vast, frozen wilderness where temperatures plummet to minus 30 degrees Celsius and the wind howls like a beast in the night. This is the Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia, 1959. A group of young, experienced hikers embarks on what should be an exhilarating adventure. But what unfolds becomes one of the most baffling mysteries in history. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, a real event that has puzzled investigators, scientists, and conspiracy theorists for over 6 decades. It all started in late January 1959. Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student at the Ural Polytechnic Institute, assembled a team of 9 fellow adventurers, 7 men and 2 women, all in their early 20s. They were no novices. Most had tackled grueling hikes before, earning certifications for tough expeditions. Their goal? To ski across 190 miles of treacherous terrain to reach Oterten Mountain, earning the highest hiking certification in the Soviet Union. The group included Yuri Doroshenko, Yuri Krivonyshenko, Zenaida Kolmogorova, Rustem Slobodin, Lyudmila Dubinina, Semyon Zolotaryov, Alexander Kolovatov, Nikolai Thibault Brignol, and Igor himself. One member, Yuri Yudin, would turn back early due to illness, unknowingly saving his own life. On January 25th, they set off from Ivdel, a remote town in the Sverdlovsk region. Diaries and photos recovered later paint a picture of high spirits, laughing faces, snowball fights, and songs around campfires. They documented everything with cameras, capturing the beauty of the snow-covered forests and the challenge of the climb. By January 31st, they reached the edge of the highlands, stashing extra supplies in a makeshift depot before pushing onward. The weather was brutal blizzards and biting cold, but they pressed on, determined. February 1st marked their last known camp. They pitched their tent on the eastern slope of Kholat Syakhl, a mountain ominously named Dead Mountain in the local Mansi language. Why there? Investigators later speculated they chose the spot to avoid the dense forest below, opting for the open slope despite the risk of wind. That night something went horribly wrong. No one knows exactly what, but the evidence suggests panic struck suddenly. When the group failed to send a telegram confirming their return by February 12th, alarm bells rang. Friends and family alerted authorities, and a search party comprising students, military personnel, and local guides mobilized. On February 26th, they spotted the tent from a helicopter. It was partially collapsed under snow with ski poles still propping it up. But here's where it gets eerie. The tent had been slashed open from the inside, as if the occupants had desperately clawed their way out. Inside, everything was in order: food, clothing, boots all left behind. Footprints in the snow led downhill toward a forest about a mile away, but they faded after 500 yards, buried by fresh snow. Following those tracks, rescuers found the first bodies near a large cedar tree in the valley. Yuri Doroshenko and Yuri Krivonyshenko lay there, barefoot and in underwear, beside the remnants of a small fire. Branches had been broken off the tree up to 16 feet high, suggesting someone climbed in desperation, perhaps for wood or to spot the tent. Their skin showed minor burns, and autopsies later revealed hypothermia as the cause of death. Nearby, under the snow, lay Igor Dyatlov, Rustem Slobodin, and Zenaida Kolmogorova. They appeared to have been heading back toward the tent when they collapsed. Slobodin had a fractured skull, but it was minor, possibly from a fall. All 3 died of hypothermia, their bodies frozen in poses that suggested a final, futile crawl uphill. The search dragged on into May, when thawing snow revealed a grim discovery. A den dug into a ravine, 4 more bodies: Lyudmila Dubinina, Semyon Zolotaryov, Alexander Kolovatov, and Nikolai Thibault Brignol. This group had suffered massive trauma. Dubinina was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips, possibly due to decomposition or animals, though some speculate otherwise. Zolotaryov and Dubinina had multiple broken ribs. Thibault Brignol, a crushed skull. These injuries were likened to a car crash, with no external wounds, suggesting immense internal force. Strangely, some wore clothing from the others, as if stripping the dead to survive. The official Soviet investigation wrapped up quickly in May 1959, concluding the deaths were due to a compelling natural force. The case files were classified, fueling rumors of a cover-up. Why flee the tent without shoes or coats in sub-zero temperatures? Why the bizarre injuries? No signs of an animal attack or human intruders. The footprints were only from the group. Theories exploded over the years. Some pointed to an avalanche. A slab of snow could have partially buried the tent, causing panic and injuries. In 2021, Swiss scientists modeled this, suggesting a delayed slab avalanche triggered by wind, and the tent's placement on a cut slope could explain the chest fractures without massive snow evidence, as wind might have scattered it. The hikers, disoriented and hypothermic, fled to the trees, built a fire, but succumbed to the cold. The ravine group might have fallen into a snow hole while seeking shelter, but not everyone buys it. Paranormal explanations abound. UFOs given reports of orange orbs in the sky that February. Yeti attacks inspired by a photo from the hiker's camera showing a shadowy figure. Military tests, perhaps a missile mishap or radiation experiments, as some clothing tested positive for low-level radiation, and the nearby Kishtim nuclear disaster in 1957 added suspicion. Infrasound from wind could have induced panic, or even a fight among the group, though no evidence supports violence. Local Mansi tribes were initially suspected, but cleared. Their tracks avoided the site, and they had no motive. A romantic rivalry? Diaries hint at tensions, but nothing explosive. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case, concluding avalanche, hypothermia, and poor visibility. Yet doubts linger. Why was the tent cut from inside if an avalanche hit? Why no screams or distress signals? And the missing tongue decomposition or something sinister? The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains a chilling reminder of nature's unforgiving power and the unknown. 9 lives cut short in a frozen nightmare, their final moments lost to the snow. Was it a freak avalanche or something more otherworldly? The mountains keep their secrets, but the story endures, drawing millions to ponder. What would you do if terror struck in the dead of night? This tale, based on declassified files and survivor Ural Mountains accounts, has inspired books, films like Devil's Pass, and endless debates. What do you think really happened? Was the government hiding the truth? Will we ever find out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.